The Honourable Member for Baba.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I, Emmanuel Kaetavara, Honourable Member for Baba, stand to move a motion on the establishment of a Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system.
I call the Honourable Member for Baba. There's a motion to be moved.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I move a motion on the establishment of a Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system. One, that the autonomous Bougainville government establishes the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system in preparation of having an independent parliament that independently manages its financial processes. Number two, that the House notes, A, the existing financial arrangements between parliamentary services and the Department of Finance and Treasury do not reflect the standards of governance and accountability that are required of any parliament in serving the necessary fiscal requirements of the leaders and the legislature. 2B, that the establishment of the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system will, 1, be consistent with international fiscal standards of best practice, good governance, and accountability for the legislature. 2, be separately administered by the parliamentary services to specifically administer all the existing and envisaged fiscal requirements of the legislature. 3, pragmatically resolve the cumbersome manner in which fiscal matters of the Bougainville administration are monopolized and intertwined with the administration of fiscal matters of the legislature. Number 4, promote effectiveness and efficiency in terms of annual fiscal planning and timely disbursement of funds for the legislature. 5, serve the administration of the fiscal requirements of the envisaged establishment of the regional parliaments and the potential migration of community government leaders. C, the National Parliament, through its parliamentary services, has indicated its support for the establishment of the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system. 3, that the House directs the Bougainville Parliamentary Services to upscale ongoing discussions with the National Parliamentary Services, including parliamentary twinning and donor partners, for relevant technical and financial support on establishment of the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system. 4, that the House directs the Parliamentary Services Commission to enforce this decision on collaboration with Bougainville Executive Council to develop a policy framework to guide the establishment of the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system. 5, that the Bougainville Executive directs the Department of Finance and Treasury and the Department of Law and Justice and the Attorney General to liaise with the Parliamentary Services and provide technical advice to the Bougainville Executive Council and the Parliamentary Service Commission on establishment of the Bougainville House of Representatives self-accounting system. Madam Deputy Speaker, if I may be allowed to make a few more remarks in relation to this motion to support, provide further support. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
You can continue, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I stand before the House today to make a few more remarks that I've noted in support of the motion. Honourable members, today I stand before you to emphasize the significance of establishing a parliamentary self-accounting system. In a world where democratic processes are the cornerstone of progressive societies, and it is imperative that we ensure transparency, accountability, and responsible governance within our parliamentary institutions. A parliamentary self-accounting system serves as a vital mechanism to achieve these goals, fostering trust, integrity, and well-being of our nations. Madam Deputy Speaker, first and foremost, accountability lies at the heart of effective governance, and when entrusted with the power to make decisions that shape the life of millions or hundreds of thousands in the case of Bougainville, it is duly our elected representatives act it is our representative duty to act in the best interest of our constituents. However, without a robust self-accounting system, the potential for corruption, misuse of public funds, and unethical behavior can erode the very foundations of democracy. Members of the House, by establishing a parliamentary self-accounting system, we create a framework that holds our elected officials responsible for our actions, thereby safeguarding the interests of the people we serve. Transparency is another crucial element that a self-accounting system brings to the forefront, honorable members. It ensures that decision-making processes within our parliament are accessible and subject to public scrutiny. When citizens have a right to observe and evaluate the actions of us as representatives and trust in the democratic system, then this democratic system flourishes. And by establishing clear reporting mechanisms, financial audits, and disclosure requirements, a parliamentary self-accounting system fosters a culture of democracy and transparency, enabling the public to hold us accountable and to participate actively in democratic processes. Furthermore, Deputy Speaker, a self-accounting system promotes governance, and it encourages us as representatives to act in a manner that upholds the principles of integrity, ethics, and public service as leaders. By providing checks and balances, it provides the preventative abuse of power, and decisions are made within the long-term interest of the nation that we're going to be building in mind, the Independent Republic of Bougainville. Now, the system acts as a constant reminder that we are not only responsible for our actions today, but for the actions of the legacy that we leave. Moreover, as an effective self-accounting system, the establishment of the accounting system strengthens the credibility and reputation of our parliamentary institutions, both nationally and internationally. It demonstrates our commitment by good governance, the rule of law, the democratic principles, standards, and thorough monitoring procedures, that we send a clear message to the world that our nation and our region is dedicated to transparency, accountability, and responsible governance. Members of the House and the Deputy Speaker, Madam, me believe also in the establishment of the parliamentary accounting system, and me not a bureaucratic exercise, nothing. It is a fundamental pillar of healthy democracy. Me think also, as we prioritize accountability, transparency, and responsible governance, we ensure that the voice of our people are heard, interest belong all people are protected, all by trust more. All by trust in the democratic process that people are talk and it is upheld. Now me, like asking people this house, lo taking this opportunity, lo reinforcing commitment below me lo this ideals me talk that we must work together to build a stronger, more resilient parliamentary institution that me plus serve him as beacons of democracy. Me plus no leader nothing. Me plus serve also more beacon below democracy, justice, na progress. Lo this day, time address him important something as of utmost importance, members of this house. This is something we talk to them tete. This is self-accounting parliamentary system. It impacts directly on the future of our beloved region, Bougainville. And as we navigate our path towards independence as an emerging nation, it is crucial that we establish a robust self-accounting system for the House of Representatives. Now, this is a system. And by serving as a cornerstone of governance structure when we talk to them, ensuring transparency, accountability, and responsible governance, lo ESC come. Beyond this 2027 date of independence, this is a time period between 25 and 27. Now, as Bougainville journeys towards independence, it demands that we create institutions that reflect the value and aspirations of people. The establishment of a self-accounting system within the Bougainville legislature is an integral part of the process. By separating it from the Bougainville executive government and this judiciary arm establishing this self-accounting system, enabling people long implementing this law by implementing a robust financial reporting mechanism, regular audits, when people talk to them, finance minister mentioned him, and disclosure requirements. Man meri masabe how people go throw money at the legislative level. Plan the question of local people constituents. Money go when all routine all right. Money go when all house got marasin. By opening the doors of our legislative processes to public scrutiny, we foster an environment of trust and confidence among the people that we represent. Leaders, this House. Moreover, this self-accounting system, it safeguards against all this something we talk lampinis, or some corruption, misuse of public funds, non-ethical behavior. You know something will come up through Tasol, but in perception, because vote of confidence lo people or leaders of this House, plenty in perception. How will something will come up? And it ensures that our selected, that we are held accountable for our actions. Na mipla continue to protect the interests of all people of mipla. Now, by separating the legislative branch from the executive and judiciary, we are strengthening the principles of checks and balances. We create a system that prevents the concentration of power. And one issue where mipla tok longan, encouraging a culture of responsible governance. And not too. Now, there's a separation. I'm ensuring that mipla all representative lo this la house, mipla all gata, all minister want them, mipla all backbencher want them. Mipla now, mipla got this la freedom to making decisions based on the interest of our people. Na mipla serving all without undue influence by interests. Furthermore, this establishment of self-accounting system for Bougainville legislature demonstrates our commitment to the international community as a responsible, transparent, and democratic emerging nation. It sends a clear message that Bougainville is prepared to uphold to the highest standards governance. Namibla to seek him to establish him our place among communities and nations of the world. Midlak to also to members of the House. Tamibla prepare law independence. Mipla must lay strong foundation. Now, accountable system lo this House. I urge each member of this esteemed House to support him this establishment, this motion when we move him. You must work on them, promoting transparency and accountability and responsible governance. Time is up here today. Me like to emphasize him also. This accounting system me play like tok long tete. No time me move this motion. Me play advance him. Me play towards the goal of independence among the emerging nations. It is imperative that Mipla must strong in this foundation where Mipla like sanapim. Mipla sanap now, lo historic juncture, members of the House, where we have the opportunity, I think we have the opportunity to shape our destiny, lo building future Mipla based upon democratic principles and good governance. As we move forward, na Mipla ensuring that institutions Mipla continue to promote him strong accountability. It is robust and be capable of serving all people Mipla. And allow him legislative body law independently and important to independently manage its financial resources, ensuring that transparency and staff accountability and staff efficiency and staff and empowering people like size and control too. Plenty member only talk na complain lo money where people leaders must responsible long em. It empowers us as representatives to have control over funds allocated to the House to this legislature, facilitating the effective implementation of programs and projects. Plenty line complain lo CDG staff. Na CSA Blongol 2 stop, and the initiatives that benefit the people of Bougainville. Now, if we have this dedicated system, Madam Deputy Speaker, separate from the executive government, we can prevent any potential funds. Lo mibla at plenty question. Mibla questioning mibla at lo this House stop. Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, in preparation for independence, mibla must continue to recognize him that strong institution, mibla build him, and we must endure. It must endure beyond this transitional period when people will stop long in establishing this self-accounting system. We must also, it also lays the groundwork for a robust structure that MIPLA must continue to work strong to guide him. How MIPLA walk about inside this nation as MIPLA will prepare long him. Now, meeting also, Madam Deputy Speaker, to achieve these objectives, collaboration and consensus building is vital. Meeting also inside this House, MIPLA will get a leader from the ministerial level to the backbench, serve the same people, and then the same mandate, Bougainville constituencies, and we face the same challenges. The ministry, all ministers, na Bougainville backbencher, Bougainville na got separate challenges in terms of how we serve our people. The challenges are the same. Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, as I conclude, me like also talk to all time Bougainville establishing this self-accounting system. And me pave him way to me establish him foundation, belong independent budget, belong parliament. And let me just comment on this before me close. Milak Togolsem, I want to underscore the utmost importance of establishing an independent budget, annual budget for the Bougainville House of Representatives as we embark on our journey towards independence as an emerging nation. It is crucial that will lay a solid foundation for responsible financial management and effective governance by establishing an independent, effective budget for the Bougainville legislature. By separating from the executive and yet to be established judiciary, where MIPLAW will work towards. Phase 1, MIPLAW will exemplify by passing the bill today, TUPLA bill. Now, the path to independence, honorable members, requires the development of a strong and robust institution that may uphold democracy and accountability. Now, as a legislative arm of the government, the Bougainville House of Representatives plays a very pivotal role along establishing, representing aspirations and interests of the people. Now, by establishing an independent budget too, under the self-accounting system, we can ensure that the House has a necessary financial autonomy. An important strat, financial autonomy to fulfill its mandate, to fulfill our mandates effectively. Now, this is an independent budget too. Emi Tokosem, Emi giving me this opportunity to exercise greater control and oversight over our financial resources. It enables our esteemed representatives, MIPLA yet, MIPLA allocating more funds according to the needs and priorities of the people we represent, and by having a separate budget from the executive government, and we can ensure that the allocation of resources is impartial, transparent, and focused on the welfare of our citizens in the constituency. Meeting also too, Madam Deputy Speaker. This la independent budget, ananid lo this la self-accounting system, and we reinforce him too. Separation of powers, which is a cornerstone of democratic governance. And as we envision an independent Bougainville, it is crucial that each branch of government operates independently while maintaining checks and balances. And by having an independent budget, under the Lodisla system, when we move mandatory motion, the legislature can exercise financial authority without undue influence. This separation of powers ensures that decisions made by this House are in the best interest of the people and free from external pressures. And preparing for independence demands that the institutions that we establish are capable of sustaining our growth and development in the long term. Now, this independent budget under the Bougainville legislature is an essential component of this process. It cultivates the practice and mechanisms necessary for responsible financial management, fostering fiscal discipline and accountability. In turn, members of the House, instill again something we will talk to them, confidence in our citizens and investors also. Now, international partners, now ensuring also in Bougainville, we are committed to sound economic governance. Madam Speaker, Tami Pinisim Tok to accomplish these objectives, unity and collaboration, and paramount. Miejim MIPLA that a member of this Laos, MIPLA rally together. MIPLA rally together, supporting establishment, Bloodisla self-accounting system, under it longem, by come this annual independent budget Bloodisla Laos, when MIPLA can exercise him. MIPLA must demonstrate him commitment, MIPLA. Ego long responsible governance, establish him commitment, MIPLA, by establishing this framework that we guide our emerging nations toward prosperity and sustainability. Milak tosem pasim tok now, Madam Deputy Speaker. Establishment blow this separate accounting system, there is annual budget, independent autonomous budget blow parliament for the Bougainville House of Representatives. No procedure nothing na formality, vital step to our journey towards independence and nation building. Na time ibla make him also, na ibla grant him autonomy lo fiscal level to the legislative branch. Na judiciary too, time may come, MIPLA now by laying down groundwork belong resilient, accountable Bougainville as we prepare for independence. Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm comment below me, this motion or comments to me been like making. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.